Hello, gorgeous soul. Welcome to your Soul Service Astrology update for the week commencing the 7th of March 2022. Welcome. If we've not met, my name is Kel Gunter. I'm a 13 sign sidereal astrologer and the creator of Soul Service Astrology. 13 sign sidereal astrology is founded on astronomy. It's where astronomy informs astrology, and historically Western astrology, and I'm just speaking Western astrology here, is founded on the observation of the movements of the planets in reference to the stars. If we observe from our planet, it takes account for the wobble of the planet, which is that thing called precession, which sidereal astrologers account for. So your sun sign will be different, and when I talk about your sun sign, it's where the sun was when you were born, because precession causes the drift of the spring equinox to go backwards, and we have moved backwards about 28 degrees. If you would like to know where your sidereal sun sign is, I have a blog on my website, kellygunter.com, that you can go and read and find out where your sun is. Soul Service Astrology is a practice. It is an instrument, it is a portal, it is an opportunity for you to inquire. So what I'm going to explain to you today here is the current transiting planetary energies. And it's an opportunity for you to step into that energy and reflect on yourself. So in yoga philosophy, one of the niyamas is self-reflection. It's actually a really wonderful tool to self-reflect on a regular basis. Notice what's coming up for you. That way you'll be able to adjust and change and grow and stop doing things you don't want to be doing anymore. So yes, it is a self-help tool. Let's check out what's going on in the skies for the 7th of March. 7th March. Just tripping over my own tongue. All right, there we go. We have the chart for the 7th of March. So Monday starts with Mars and Venus holding hands in conjunction, 0 degrees apart in Capricorn. So Mars is our focus and action. Venus is our self-love, our regenerative abilities, and our connective abilities. They're both joining hands and they're moving into the sign that likes to express in a very methodical, steady, consistent way. So over the next couple of weeks, while these two planets transit through Capricorn, there's going to be an opportunity to really focus and be steady and methodical on what you need to get done. There is a nice energy coming to Venus where if you're regenerating the self-love for yourself, or perhaps you're regenerating connections with people that you do hold in esteem, or you want to be in their world, or you find them most important in your world, you'll get to reassess that while also coming into a real state of equanimity with those connections, as long as, of course, you're looking after yourself. Now, it is important when two planets come into a sign at approximately 0 degrees together. So this is a merging of the energies. And basically, it's our focus and action merged with self-love, and it's moving into the sign of the leader. It's an opportunity to be kind to yourself, especially if you're in the motion of creating and doing and building things. Sometimes when Mars moves into Capricorn by itself, it might just become a bit of a workaholic. But in connection with Venus, there's an opportunity to go, are all my physiological needs met? Are all my self-esteem needs met? Or am I just working myself to the bone? So there's a real opportunity to inquire there how you're operating, how you're getting stuff done, and whether you're looking after the body and whether you're looking after your self-esteem. So we really want to consolidate these things down, not make them overcomplicated. Capricorn doesn't like overcomplicated. It wants to really be quite methodical, consolidated. This word keeps coming up for me over the last couple of years. Consolidate, consolidate, consolidate. It's also like minimalism in the way that you get stuff done, either in your career or your business or when you're creating, or how you look after yourself. Do the things that make you feel good, that are looking after your health and your wellness and your esteem. All right, so that is Monday, the 7th of March. Let's shift to Tuesday, the 8th of March. And we have Mercury shifting into the sign of Aquarius. So lots of changes happening this week. We really have the energy has moved out of Sagittarius. So we've got a bit more Capricorn energy, Aquarian energy, and there's going to be Pisces energy coming in, which is really awesome, right? Mercury is our mind. Mercury is the storyteller. Mercury stepping into Aquarius, the sign of the visionary, will start to express in a much more inspired way, perhaps be wanting to access imagination and bring that into our logic and analytical ideas and the things that we need to do, right? So this is like a breath of fresh air. You get to check in with anything that it is that you're working on that requires logic or analytical abilities. Perhaps you've got some ideas, and allow inspiration and imagination to feed it. Let that winds of change blow and clear out any cobwebs that don't need to be there. And perhaps using your mind will be a little bit easier because you'll have your imagination fired up. And doesn't the collective need that a little bit now? I think it does. All right, so that's March the 8th. And then we move to Wednesday and Thursday. There's no additional aspects happening on Wednesday and Thursday that I'm going to talk about. The next main aspect is on Friday, the 11th of March, when the sun moves into Pisces. I feel like we had some really full-on energy over the holiday period, all the way across January and February, with all the energy in Sagittarius, and now this is dissipating and we're stepping into the real mystical part of our nature, the spiritual part of our nature. So when the sun, our creator, our courage, our authentic expression, shifts into the sign of Pisces, it wants to be able to express its spiritual and mystical nature. So my question for you, dear soul, is, are you able to express your spiritual nature the way that you really, really want to? Now is the time to check in with your heart and make sure anything that it is you're creating or expressing is congruent with what is in your heart. So the heart is actually a mind. It has 40,000 neurons and it feeds information back to the brain. So if at any point over the next couple of weeks you are feeling confused, and it doesn't matter when you use this technique, you can use this technique forevermore. If you're feeling confused and your mind, because look, Mercury going into Aquarius could get overstimulated and you might get confused and get too many ideas and too much inspiration. So a way to counterbalance that would be to drop into your heart, find a quiet moment, perhaps go for a walk in nature, perhaps allow yourself to create freely and connect with your heart and listen to the whispers. So you get to do that over the next couple of weeks. The sun's going to transit through Pisces for at least 2 to 3 weeks. And this is a lovely time to allow your mystical nature, your spiritual nature, to feed into your heart and your courage and your expression and your creations. So that's Friday the 11th. There's no additional aspects that I wanted to talk to you about on Saturday the 12th, but I do want to talk to you about Sunday the 13th, because that's when the Sun and Neptune go conjunct. And the information that I just shared with you in relation to connecting with your heart's intelligence is what I would really recommend on Sunday the 13th. Make sure that you're not having to do anything analytical. Make sure that you're not having to do something that you really don't want to do. This is Sunday. This is a Sunday. This is a day that you get to let the sun shine the way it really desires to, and that you perhaps get to express your mystical and spiritual nature the way you really, really want to. If there's something you really want to create and be free to create it with no holds barred, let feed all your heart's beautiful love and courage into that creation, whatever it is, then this is the day to do it. Also, listen to your heart, listen to your body, listen to whatever you hear, see, feel, or know, and trust it, because that's your intuition talking. So today is really a wonderful portal and an opportunity to deepen into your intuitive abilities. When I'm talking about intuition, what do I mean? This is subtle. You do need to calm the mind to hear the subtle energies, to hear the subtle mind, I would call it, or the heart's intelligence. It will rise up through your body, through feelings. I'm sure you've had those feelings of my stomach new. That is your body telling you, that is your intuition telling you. Then you might hear something. It might be a song that you haven't heard for many years, or you can't remember the last time you heard the song, but the song keeps playing over and over in your head now. You might see some visions in a dream. So you might see some visions in a dream, and you might play those visions over in your mind the next day. You might remember that dream. That has something for you. Unpack that. Or you may simply just have a knowing. Trust them. If there's anything that I would encourage you to do over the next 3 weeks, and it's something I'm going to be deepening into, is to step into a place of presence, to be okay with what you have, where you are right now in every single moment, and then trust and surrender into that place. The more we do that, the more we keep coming back into that place of presence and trust and surrender into it, the easier it is for us to connect to those subtle energies and our intuition. So therefore, we start to marry together the beautiful intellect, the logic, the analytical, the reasoning mind, and bring back in our divine connection to everything that is, and listen to our subtle minds as well, because it's in the gut and it's in the heart. All right, so that's it from me this week. If you would like to hang out some more, there's a couple of ways that you can connect with me. So we have YouTube, where you're probably watching this video, or you can come and sign up to my mailing list. I'm going to pop the link below that video at my website, kellygunter.com. Alternatively, I'm setting up a group in Insight Timer called Soul Service Astrology. Within that group, I will post little astrology updates from time to time. But more importantly, I can also share meditations, and that's something that I love to do. And it, of course, will be connected with the astrological energies, predominantly the new and the full moon, and anything else I want to create and put in there. So if you really love to meditate, get connected with your heart's intelligence and your intuition, amplify your imagination, amplify your creativity, then please come and join my group Soul Service Astrology on Insight Timer. And the link to join that group is also at my website, kellygunter.com. Have a glorious week, and I will see you next week. Bye.